Hey, what's up, guys? Mono the Tiger here, and I guess I should probably fill you in on the backstory of this game before I get into it. This was during, I guess that would have been Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, when I was doing my Shots McGee first couple of videos, and the round before this, we had lost to this team of guys. And usually what I do is I mute the other team just so that way they can't hear me and I can't hear them, but we were pretty upset in our own party about losing to these guys because they weren't very good. And so I checked one of this guy who was like a Dodgers fan. I had checked his combat record, and he had like a .9 KD. And I announced, I'm like, oh man, I can't believe we lost these guys. Most of these guys have less than 1 KD. And I had forgotten to mute these the other team, and so that started sort of a shit talking war. And so anyways, if you guys know me, I'm not really an instigator, and this was the game that followed. Basically, we decided to put our tryhard pants on, and I did especially because I didn't feel like getting my ass kicked. So anyways, what I want to talk about is YouTube, and I kind of realized something recently that putting videos online and commentating has changed me slightly. Not like as a person, but in the way that I play games. You know, when I buy a game, when I first would buy a game, I'd buy it because I'd want to play it. And now when I buy games, I'm buying games so that way I can feel like I'm staying ahead of the curve, being one of the first people to buy a game and put it online, as if it's going to somehow change something. And it's one of those things that you think about and you're just like, wow, okay. And what really got me thinking about it is because I looked at my stack of games and I have like 6 new games sitting there. And I'm not, a wealthy person, I'm just starving as a student. And so that means that I'm spending a lot of money a year on things that I could probably do without for the most part, because I find myself still playing Black Ops as much as I want to play games like Crisis or games like Homefront, So basically it's like, okay, I'm spending all this time and money to buy these other games, but I'm not even going to play them as much. So I'm going to have to start, this is the realization that I'm going through. I'm going to have to start scaling back the amount of games that I buy. Just because I think it'll be a good game doesn't mean it's going to be the game for me. And I guess in a way I was trying to buy games, for the subs, for you guys who are maybe wanting to see different games. So you might not see any new games from me anytime soon. The next new game I'll probably pick up will be maybe Battlefield 3, and then maybe Medal of Honor 3. Modern Warfare 3. That will depend though, because I'm really liking Crisis, and I'm almost finished with the single player campaign. It's a lot of fun. But also what I just wanted to talk about is I had a couple of people ask me if I was going to address certain things. This goes into like the YouTube. I'm finding that I'm getting a little bit more, and also with the podcast, I'm getting a little bit more involved with the, I guess, the personal politics of YouTube. And I spend a lot of time on there, which I don't necessarily, well, I don't think it's a bad thing, but I just don't really want it to be like one of those things that I do a lot. I get on there and I put a video on, but then I spend like hours, I would say hours, just not necessarily trolling YouTube, but just checking out, fellow commentators' videos and the things that they do. And not necessarily wanting to learn from them or like copy them, but it's nice. And I mentioned this before in one of the podcasts that I prefer to watch commentators who are within my own sub range, so somewhere between 0 to under 1,000 is sort of the range that I like to watch, because we're all pretty much in the same sort of starving aspect of commentating. But anyways, why I brought this up is because last night I had somebody ask me if I was going to talk about the X-Jaws thing and the white boy thing, and I said no. And here I am bringing it up, and I really don't want to, because I have my own personal feelings about how I view YouTube, and I don't really think, for me it never really was like a money-making venture. But I'm not in those guys' shoes. I'm not at the point where I've got, let alone 1,000 subs. I don't have 200,000. So I can't really comment about what I would do in their position to get on top, stay on top, because I mean, you know, once you get to that point, you're gonna want to get on top and stay on top. But for me, it strikes me as sort of like the rich getting richer mentality. You know, if your company makes $1 billion and you want to make $5 billion the next year, what gets sacrificed? You know, and I know the argument is that content gets sacrificed. I don't watch those guys anyway, so I can't tell. But what I can say is that if I was in their shoes, as far as like a money making thing, I think I would go that route. I wouldn't necessarily do what some of these guys do and post up 3 or 4 videos a day and make it my full-time job, because, you know, I'm looking at starting a career here in the next year and a half or so, maybe next 5 years, you know, a family, and I don't really think that YouTube and video games are going to fit very well into that mold, because I really think that YouTube, anyone who's like a commentator, it's more of a transient sort of a hobby. You know, you'll do it for a while, but after a while, you know, more important things will crop up in life, and you'll focus on those more, and that's just how I view it. You know, so I guess that's maybe one reason why I don't really put in the effort, I guess, to put myself out there with, say, like Huppet Gaming, the big one, or Machinima Sports. Like I did put I submitted a video of the Machinima Sports as just sort of an update. And I've noticed that they put somebody else's MLB 11 game up there, so I guess mine wasn't good enough or whatever. But the Machinima Sports people have kind of really crappy commentators, and so I was a little put off at first, but you know, it's whatever. You know, I'm not all that concerned about it. You know, it'd be cool to get up there, just because it would be cool to get up there. You know, it's just one of those goals you make, or I would make for myself, just as a commentator. Just like, I want to get up there on Machinima Sports. I don't think I'd ever get on Respawn, but anyway, that's a topic for later. But anyways, guys, this video is coming to a close, and I thought maybe you guys enjoy this sort of a different approach to my videos. I know I don't really talk about the gameplay very much as is, but anyways, guys, I'll talk to you later, and hopefully next time I'll have my shotguns. Later.